Good morning, turtles. How are you guys doing? Today's the first day of 2018, and we got something awesome happening on stream here. Let me get the stream helper running. Whoa, that was loud. The first part of the new year is going to be spent creating my very first game for public release. Good morning, Bloody Mustache. How are you doing? As I was mentioning to your comment, basically what I do for that intro screen is I throw it up so that while I'm sharing the link in a handful of different places, people can land on something that is not a black screen. That it shows a little bit what's happening. And yeah, I didn't really do that because other people were doing it. I did it because I feel like it takes long enough to share the link out that it gives people a good place to go. Anyway, so today we're going to be designing a game. Interesting. Didn't realize there was changes here, but that's not what we're doing. We're not playing in there. We may have a new to-do for this game. We go up to the top here. Tracking of those. Fast lane to indie development. Create a small game in 3 weeks. Well, we're going to change this to 6 weeks. Let's go with that. And let's create some space. So I'm going to call this working title. Have you started at all on this game yet or not? Not. Good morning, Zynal. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everyone, really, but yes, I need to remember to say Happy New Year today, because it is the new year. The only thing I've started is I know I want to do it kind of based on my Ludum Dare 31 game, Precise Shot. Good morning, Shake Soda. So it's going to be an archery-based game. Archer/archery is a working title. First game to release. That is going to be basically the key. A wild 2018 appears. What do you do? Because I'm going to make a game. So, we're going to have a few deadlines on this. The first being is proof of concept. We don't need a box here. Prototype. The prototype is going to be due. Is there a way to do this? Alt T. How do we do due? At due. Surely this thing has a particular way to do that. Cancelled. Done. We don't have anything with a due date. Okay. How can we look for that? To-do plus. To-do plus. VS Code. Due date. Yeah, let's just look for to-do plus. Let's start there. To-do active, are done, start, cancel. Tag, background color, started, finish, format enabled. Hi. Okay, they don't seem to have a due date, but we can just put one in. You just type it and call it good. So we type it. Where are we typing at? Should be above this, no? Ah, right there. Due date is going to be January 7th, 2018. We're then going to have another stage of alpha build. It's going to be January. Of course, I can't read my stuff up there. had this all planned out. Beta build. It's gonna be February. Something. And then gold. Or final. Attack the game. Yes. Gold or final is going to be February 18th, 2018. Nope, that's 16. It's a typo. Let me go get the other two dates. January 28th and February 11th. So 28th and February 11th. So it's going to take a little bit longer for alpha because you're making all the features. A couple weeks for beta to polish those features. And then a week after beta to wrap everything all up and push it out the door. That's what I've got. So obviously for today, we've got design the game, which is going to need me to pick the features. Right. Probably going to want a new thingy open. Actually, let's close all these tabs. Close other tabs. We don't need these open right now. We're not doing like reference stuff, so that's all gone. Woohoo! Is this my day job? This is my part-time indie, hoping to go full-time indie adventure. So it's not exactly my day job, but I'd like to make it that within maybe a year. So I'm thinking maybe 2019 I'll have this full-time. Which means 2018 I'm going to be making a really big push to ensure we continue in that direction. So, let us see. The archery game design doc. So we're doing here, title. Archer / archery. Subtitle. Game design. Document. Both of these should be centered because that looks a whole lot better. And then we start typing what we need to write. So, got a blank screen. Features. That's going to have to happen. I'm going to need a list of features. Win condition. Forbidden Forest comes to mind. I think I've heard of the name, but I don't think I've heard of the whatever. Yeah. So win condition. Unknown. Use conditions. Okay, so there we go. What I'm kind of thinking is perhaps we... Ooh. That's cool. Moves with us. Classic horror game on the C64. Tablet time. Make it so that we can actually maybe open up my paint here. course, I'm just random drawing and stuff. Windows key, my paint. See what we get. Why are you opening over there, buddy? You should open over here. Also, I'm going to make you a little bit shorter so that we can do this. And before I do that, minimize you. Of course, we're on this one. Okay, so then Windows tab move to desktop 3. So we're going to put it for now. Throw that on desktop 3. Windows tab. Show this one on all desktops. No. There we go. So now we got these two here. If we come over here, we got the to-do tasks. But we're probably going to not need to do those very much right now. The orange. Oh, that's right. We don't have the scroll thing anymore. We have the whole surface. Oh, wow. I haven't been in here since we got the drivers. Huh, that's interesting. That's right, okay, we got pressure sensitivity now. Okay, we're gonna have to use that for a while. So I'm thinking is we'll build the game for 16:9 aspect ratio. You'll have a little person here, right? And you'll have a bow with an arrow. There'll be maybe little balloons. Maybe the balloons go up and down. And you can maybe shoot all the balloons at once. There's one thought. That would be pretty easy to implement as far as a basic pass would go. From there, my actual idea was to not use balloons, but like maybe there's a I don't know what I'm drawing here. Just ignore that. Maybe there's a bag of coins. Right? A little bag. And your job as this archer is to shoot the bag of coins, which then rains down. Looks like E.T. And maybe after shooting, there could be either an automated or a button to walk. So you walk along a level. That's another idea I had. Taking this idea further with the walking down a level thing, you could be on a horsey. Forgive my awesome horsey drawing skills. So we'd have a guy on a horsey using a bow with an arrow, and the horsey's always moving. Maybe you can speed him up or slow him down. Again, trying to get the little baggies of coins. So you have boing coins that would come out. The problem I'm seeing with coins... no, there's no problem with that. We just attach a balloon to the coins. And then there could be two ways to get the coins. You could shoot the balloons, pop, 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 coins fall. Or you could shoot the bag, coins fall. I like it. Check mark. So that combines basically all these ideas. So I think having this guy move would be very nice for actual having level design, because then your level could be nice and long out here. Just continue out this way for a really long time and scroll into the screen. So that's good for having longer levels, and then you'd have to shoot a certain number of your little money bags, I guess. You can either shoot the balloons or the money bag. That solves the floating money bag thing. Another thought I've really wanted to be doing, this is actually what this might end up starting to get feature creep. We got 6 weeks, remember. This is definitely easy to do. This should be relatively easy to do. And this is just combining both of those, so this should also be relatively easy to do once I have both of those. I mean, essentially, the difference between this and this is the guy's moving, which shouldn't be hard at all. The difference between here and here is going to be a bit different. This one would introduce a time effect, which could be kind of interesting to use. So the idea is you would either have a button or something, so you could fire an arrow. There's going to be an arrow in the air, and then you could like pause, and then time goes really, really slowly, so that maybe you'd even stand still. Maybe time doesn't even move. And the thought here is that then you can shoot another arrow, and if you take this on a like counterpoint here, if you hit the back of the arrow, this arrow will now change trajectory and go this way. Maybe not physically accurate, but it would allow like trick shots over, say, a wall to hit, of course, our money bag. It might be standing on this table. I think if we were to do this one, well, I guess moving doesn't really affect it. We could just, how would you want to stop time? I don't know if it's how we'd want to do it or how it would look to the player, but maybe while the first arrow is in a certain area, time will slow or stop. Then they don't need to control it at all. It just happens. That makes it easier on them. That would be cool. I kind of like that. Good morning, Faith. How are you? Okie doke. So if we go with those. So features. I don't know if they're features so much as whatever, but we're going to have Archer on the left, on the bottom. Oh, should have kept reading. What do you mean you should have kept reading? Oh, gotcha. Monkeyed already come back, yeah. Bottom left of the screen. Bottom left area of screen. Happy New Year to you, Faith. Happy New Year to all. Really bad with that. Archer in the bottom left area of the screen. I'm thinking you fire arrows much like Angry Bird style. So you would kind of take your finger and well, if it were to be a tablet thing, which it's not right now because Turtle Brains is not there, maybe I'll make it there after the fact. But I'm thinking that you would take your finger or mouse and drag this way to shoot that way. As you're dragging, which means we're gonna have to set him up at least a little height. That way you can have some time to come down. You can have some good area here to go. As well as we'd have to set his distance so you can come back enough to be sensitive to it. It would actually almost be better to drag this way, but with the mouse you can get away with this. With the mouse you can just like have the mouse be that little thing, and then from let's go with pink on this. So you could have the mouse be that little thing. We would have the bow, and maybe there'd be a trajectory that includes that path. I think showing this trajectory would be really useful. And then as you move the mouse up here, for instance, the trajectory would then be obviously up there. Going this way or this way. I don't know. I think that would be all you'd need to do. There would be no power or speed of the bow. I think that would be it. This one gives you control of your angle based on where you drag your finger or mouse to. So that'd be the angle, as well as the power by pulling back. I could still do the path, but it would change based on those. So you'd need enough room. So he would probably need to be here. I don't know. We can play with control schemes. Need all sleep. I'm still tired. I was awake for 30 hours. Slept 2. Now awake for 2. Wow. Yeah, that sounds like a crazy time, Zinal. Okay, so wrong thing. Our thing's right here. Control schemes. I'm thinking Angry Bird style. Drag backwards to shoot. Controlling angle and power. I don't know what style you would call the other one, but I've played games like that. Mouse location as aim at mouse location. Arrow path. Well, I don't want it to cross through, I guess, because that could be a little easier. Like, for instance, if you put your mouse over here, and yes, I used the mouse to do that, which is why it came out like crap. I'm actually surprised the straight line was that nice. As waypoint, I would write. That's a pretty good one, waypoint. But the problem with the waypoint is I don't exactly want it to go through all the time, because if you're out here, for instance, let's go with that pink again. So if I put my reticule out here for aiming, really the arrow shouldn't just go all the way to it like that, because that's kind of easy. Like maybe the aiming line will be up to reach it, but then show that it doesn't go all the way to it, even though you're all the way out here. I think that's kind of important, because I'm pretty sure there should be some area, like otherwise you just click on what you want to hit. I go click on the balloon, for instance. That's what that would become. Just go click on the balloon. I'd like a little bit harder, or a little bit more skill than just click on the balloon. So maybe I'll lean towards this. I mean, we're gonna have to proof this out. We'll do multiple of them, I'm pretty sure. Stop moving desktops. We have it right here. Aim at mouse location, using it as a waypoint or close to a waypoint for arrow path. Okay. Arrows being flying through the air. Definite feature requirement. Arrows sticking into surfaces, soft surfaces. Arrows popping balloons. / breaking money bags. Arrows bouncing off hard surfaces. Might as well put this up here with that one. Those are the things the arrows can do. They can fly through the air. They can stick into something soft like the ground or targets, whatever. They can pop balloons or break money bags, and they can bounce off hard surfaces like a castle wall, maybe. Let's go with ground, grass, wood, targets, stone, iron. Let's go with that, I guess. There's probably some more things we could bounce off and whatever, but that gets us started. So that describes then Man, I can't get comfortable with in a position I can move this thing easily. That essentially, I think, describes this right here. Okay, balloons can move up and down. Let's make sure we can do that. Oop, did that again. Balloons can move up, down, or left, right. Balloons can hold money bags. I mean, I don't know if all these are features as much as we'd go with, but it's a good place to list all these out, so I'll just keep working on that. Balloons can move up and down. Balloons can move left or right. Maybe. I feel like only up and down, really. Why would it be moving left or right? I mean, wind. But that looks like it could be weird. Hello, Apple Flap. Good morning to you. Happy New Year. How are you doing? Oh, speaking of, I did not do this. It command today, first day, 2018. Tim is designing a game, his first game for public release. Concept to gold in 6 weeks. Okay, there we go. That's now done. Also, we should probably change this. We're not working on this. First game for public release. That might be too long already. Yeah. Let's go with first game. First game. From concept to gold. 6 weeks. Is that too long? Please don't be too long. That's a little too long. Let's get rid of the word from. Ah, perfect. Concept to gold in 6 weeks. There we go. So we're going to be making a little archery game, I think. I think that's what we're going to do. I did some control screen thoughts. And I think if I do this, it should be within some little area. How do we define that area for the player? I'm thinking people like to be good. I was initially thinking something like a Robin Hood-ish type thing. But I almost wonder if being able to be bad could be interesting. Maybe you can even get a choice, actually. Yeah, maybe you get a choice. Maybe the choice is how much money you keep at the end. The arrows could cost money. Maybe upgrading your bow could be good. But I'm thinking maybe you're doing this at either dusk or dawn, and you need to either beat complete darkness or make sure you get out before light, sort of type of thing. So So we can just highlight these spots somehow where the arrow can go and you can hit it. How does it make sense that you walk around this even though... That's a good question. How would you make sense of that? That'd be an interesting feature. Okay, so what we could do to make sense of this, let's move us over here a bit. To make sense of this, we could do something along the lines of this. My pressure sensitivity is way all over the place. But okay. So we have our archer who's currently moving this way, and then he sees a house. Right? This house has a little window. There we go. He sees a little window in the house. Maybe there's some light coming out, I don't know. Maybe there's a door here. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? Right? And then as he approaches, maybe there's a certain spot here that things just stop and lock in. Excuse me. Stop and lock. Thank you, testicular tickler, for following. Stop and lock viewpoint. So the camera will lock in here, and this will be basically you've now moved to a new spot, at least when you're doing stationary ones. And then as it does, whoa. Just a little excited on pushing the pressure sensitive. Ooh, game concepting, that's a follow. I appreciate that. I'm trying to do a concept a concept to gold in 6 weeks is what I'm trying to do here. I only have about 3 hours a day every morning, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and a little bit of time on the weekends. So once that happens, basically this house will break away or open up so you can see the inside. That part will either go completely invisible or really invisible, like so you can see through it pretty easily. And then sitting on a table down here, oop, got excited again. Sitting on a table down here would be good old money bags. Right? And we want money bags. So player could then see, oh, that's kind of cool. And maybe at the same time there's some little highlight thing that happens right here. This tells the player that there's a slow motion effect there. And maybe this particular one doesn't need to happen, but I'm just doing that. So they fire their first arrow. The first arrow reaches somewhere in here. Slow-mo / stop time area. So once that gets here, time stops or slows. You can shoot another arrow to change its trajectory so it goes downwards. Ooh, got excited there again with the pressure sensitivity. So it goes downwards and hits the goal. This would have to be a more castle than a house, but you guys get the concept. Okay, I think we're getting a little bit too big for six weeks at this point. So we gotta reel it in a little bit. Maybe I'd really like the slow motion thing. I think that's about all we could do, though, would be the slow motion. I think trying to open up a house wouldn't be terrible. You can just have two images of the house and flip between them. They should be static. Making it look good could be a hard thing, but I think making any of this look good is going to be a pretty good challenge to me. The slow motion would be an interesting effect, but I think it would be one of the last features added. In alpha. That would be one of the last features added in alpha. Okay, so let's finish up writing all this, all the features. Balloons can move up and down, left or right. Balloons can hold money bags. Good morning, Erebus. How are you doing on this, the first day of January 2018? Balloons can move. Monkey. Balloons can hold money bags. Money bags explode. In goodness, I am working on something new. I've taken a game from concept to gold in the first 6 weeks of 2018. So right now we're actually designing out the game. I have basic idea of an archery game that I've wanted to make for a while. It should remain really small in scope. I have approximately, I think, 150 hours that I can devote to this in the 6 weeks. So I'm not full-time indie, but I would like to be, and so this is going to help me go down that path. This is going to be my first game for public release, unless you're counting Game Jam games, which may or may not count. Money bags explode in goodness. How much time for prototyping? I'm giving myself a week to get it prototyped, and that includes a weekend next weekend, basically. So every Sunday evening is my deadline. So next Sunday evening is prototyping stage should be complete. And really, the prototyping is going to be finding out the controls. How do I want to control this thing? So money bags explode in goodness. When dropped. On contact with ground. When on contact with arrow. Maybe more points. Maybe worth more. Yeah, we're going to drop out the whole choose good or bad. Player can come up with their own story, whether they're being Robin Hood or not, I think. Maybe leave hints to it being they're trying to do good, but not enough that it pushes them that way in their thought. Just kind of hinting that they could be doing it. Not trying to be contrarian, but few games come out. Oh, of course. Yeah, there's gonna be iterations. That's what the week is gonna be for, is iterating through something. I think I've got something I can make. I think tomorrow I'll have the arrows flying and that stuff, and then iterate it until the controls feel right, and then start adding more features. I mean, throughout alpha, I'll be flexible. This isn't a set in stone game design document. This is to hold in the reins, make it so I don't overscope me, which I'm already trying to do. I see it already. We've already got enough features that some may need to be cut. I mean, the whole objective, the whole thing that needs to be fun is right here. If this is not fun, shooting balloons with an arrow, the whole game will not be fun. So we need to make this part right here needs to be fun. Let's get my whatchamacallit tablet. Oops. Oop. Wrong buttons. Still programming games here. A little excited on the pressure sensitivity. Might need to turn that down a little. So this must be fun. So we get this part fun before moving on. Because if we can't get this part fun, then the rest of this isn't going to be fun. That's our core mechanic, shooting balloons. Thanks, Erebus. I appreciate it. I mean, I've been doing game development for many years, including 5 professionally. It's just, it's a big step to say you're going to be doing it on my own, basically. And then we add on top of that. So if this is not fun, this is not going to be fun. Just because we have a time slowdown mechanic or a trick shot mechanic or some other, you're moving. If this core is not fun, here's the core. That needs to be fun before we move on any of these. Either moving forward, kind of like this, though. So you'll move forward from place to place with viewpoints, I guess is what we'll call them. So the next feature. The next feature would be, think you worked for the follow. I appreciate it. The next feature is going to be moving the archer forward. Either button press or automatic. Stopping archer at viewpoints. That contain next gameplay segment. Segment of a level. Moving archer forward after completing a segment. Or Vintage Gear Freak. Thank you for that follow, I appreciate it. After completing a segment or via manual control. I'm not sure what we're going to do there, but definitely these viewpoints should stop you for a moment. I think the win objective will be to X of Y collect X of Y money bags in a level. We could also do shoot all the balloons, training levels. We are guardians of Monkey, seems that way. That's great. You guys did a good job though. You got him back to his perch. Seems pretty loud this morning. Maybe I should go get him. Yeah, let's go get Monkey. Have him come out and play. I'll be right back, guys. Right back. 1 second. What are you doing? Everyone else is sleeping. You're going to get cage on. Did you find me scary somehow? Okay. You come hang out? Okay, Monkey Bird's here. Oof. collect X of Y money bags in a level. We could then do the 1, 2, or 3 star for $3 for mounts. Basically, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure of that. Vintage Gear Freak, so cute. Yes, Monkey is pretty awesome. Step up. Let's give him a full scene here. Excuse me. Hold on one second. There's Monkey Bird. Monkey Bird, say hello. Hi, hi, hi. There you go. You're on camera now. You're all in focus. Yeah. There you go. Now be quiet. Because people don't like you being really loud. And no pooping. You're a pooping machine, but no pooping. Okay, so stopping the archer at viewpoints that contain the next segment of a level. Contain the next segment of a level. That would be this, the viewpoints. Potentially let's get rid of potentially. Riding on a horse. Non-stop movement. Non-stop movement per level. Alrighty, I'm out. Looking forward to seeing where this game goes. Thanks, Erebus. Happy New Year to you and everyone else. It is now 2018, guys. It is now 2018. So we got riding on a horse. You just keep moving. You're still shooting the same thing. So this is still core. Like up here. Where's my guy? Here he is. You're making lots of noise. This is still core. This still must be fun. If this is not fun, the game will not work. So this is what we're going to focus on this week. It's just a bunch of balloons and shooting the balloons. That's it. We get that to be fun. However we can control it, that must be fun. And then once we get that to be fun, we'll go and add this stuff. Slow motion to stop time areas. Okay. Slow motion / stop time areas. This would enter a visible area that when player horse or arrow enters, time slows or stops until an arrow is fired, until the next arrow is fired, or until, or if slowed, I'm only slowed until player horse or arrow exits the area. Go ahead, drop this font size down slightly for that particular thing. Hi. More. Is there any more features that we need? I don't know if it's a feature as much as, I'm kind of doing this as things that need to be done for the game, so features that are needed. That was control thinking. We have moving, trick shots, with those. I mean, that's going to be a pretty low-end feature, or it's going to be a lot of work probably because we have to slow everything in the game down. Should be interesting to do that one. Oh, here's a feature, the see-through buildings. Viewpoints. So building object cutaways viewpoints. So why is that wrong? Fine, we'll go with viewpoints. It's one word. To reveal money bags. Inside castles / buildings. Sounds good to me. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Okay. There's gonna be lose conditions. So around the level, we should put things like, I'm gonna do this one down here. Gonna keep it green. Around the level. So we got our little guy here with his bow and arrow. And we have money bags floating. Maybe it's on balloons, who knows. But right behind it, perhaps, we have a little bell. Oh, doing a really good job of drawing a bell. You guys get the idea. There's a bell here. And if you hit the bell, noise comes out of bell. You lose the little game, or at least, I don't know, you raise the alarm. Oops. So we'll have objects in here. Arrows hitting bells and objects that raise an alarm equals lose condition. Lose condition. Not reach minimum money bag goal. Trigger an alarm condition by hitting a L or X bells. What did I call those up there? Bells and objects. Alarm raising objects. Bells. Okay, this is going to be a feature that we would need to do. I think important. Maybe not right off the bat, but have a path. Show the path of flight. Flight path of the arrow. Show the predicted flight path of the arrow. I'm not going to worry about things like adding wind direction slash speed. Wind direction slash speed to affect flight of arrow. I'm going to put it here so we can show we thought about it. But we're going to keep that in red. Let's go with a darker red maybe. Feature creep. So we're gonna leave on that one. What do you guys think? We got all the features of the game. So we'll have money bags of what you're trying to collect. Balloons maybe for training level. And I guess balloons should be attached to money bags on the training level if we're gonna do that. Shoot all the balloons, training levels. I don't know. We'll see. Lose conditions. Not reach the minimum money bag goal. Trigger an alarm condition. By hitting alarm raising objects. Bells. Okay, so then let's see. Alarm raising objects. Bell. Yep, I got that one. Maybe a horse. Horse slash livestock. Horse, pig, chicken, or whatever. We can think of other things. Is the horse on a rail or do you get to control it? The horse would be on a rail. Basically, and that's even if we get to add movement. I think if we added movement, we'll do it in two ways. One would be maybe you're free to walk through the level, in which then you're free to move. But then if you're on a horse, it's going to be on a rail, and you don't get the choice. Either way, whether you're on the horse or on foot, we'll probably still have these viewpoints that stop you until you decide to move again or complete the objective or even attempt the objective. I don't know how that will work, but yeah, we'll see on that one. And good morning, Steel Golem. How are you doing on this, the first day of 2018? So we have bell, livestock. What other things could set off an alarm to wake people up? Probably anything metal. Hitting anything metal could... anything noisy. So... hitting metal objects. Noisy. Hey, stop that. Closed windows could break. Just coming up with some closed windows breaking. What else could do that? I would say setting things on fire, however, that's definitely a feature creep. Could I get a repaste of that Google Doc from someone? I don't want to try typing that in. Wait, what do you mean? Could you get a repaste of that Google Doc from someone? Oh, I see. share. I'm going to share with anybody that wants to, can comment. Anyone on the link can view, can comment. Copy link. That should get you guys there. Should be able to add comments on there, but not actually modify it. Mostly because anytime I've ever shared something like that over the internet, people are like writing in there and yeah, making all sorts of madness. It never goes well. I don't know why. You guys just don't know how to hold yourselves back. Otherwise, I would have probably allowed things to change as well. But you can comment, so that's at least giving feedback or such. That's a good idea. So, thank you, Steel Golem, for doing that. Thanks, Steel Golem. So, closed windows, hitting metal objects. Prefer not to hit livestock and such, but if we have those in the background, that could work. Bells would definitely work. Not sure what else could work as alarm raising objects. Let's go over our feature list one last time. Archer in the bottom left. That's what we've got here everywhere, yep. Arrows flying through the air, sticking into soft surface, bouncing off hard. Thank you, Steel Golem, for the follow. I appreciate it, supporting me as I go along my indie adventure. Not full-time indie, just doing part-time out of work. If you don't already know, I'll be doing it every morning, every day, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. That's 3 hours a day. That includes the weekends, usually includes holidays, as you can see right now. Sometimes longer on the weekend. Hopefully always longer on the weekend, really. Yeah, we got 6 weeks to go from concept to gold. That's the idea of this game. Go from conception today to finished product in 6 weeks by February 18th. Work really gets in the way of our project sometimes, but we do our best. That's why I do it every morning. I'm already on that schedule, so it's not like... Yeah, I've been doing early morning development for the last couple months. So I'm actually already got that part out of the way. Now I can focus on my game. Balloons can move up, down, left, or right. Sure, balloons can move. Balloons can hold money bags. Money bags exploding goodness on ground. Money bags exploding goodness on contact with arrow. Moving the archer forward after completing a segment. Or via manual control. Riding on a horse is non-stop automatic movement through a level. Non-stop automatic movement through a level. Object cutaways at viewpoints to reveal money bags inside castles and buildings. Stopping the archer at viewpoints that contain the next segment of a level. Yes. Slow motion stop time areas. Those are going to be like those little, I don't know what you'd want to call them. Little focus area of sorts. Show the predicted path, flight path of the arrow. Right, that was one thing we did up here. Is there anything else that we're doing in these pictures in my head that is not listed in there? I can't think of any. Okay, that's good. Oh, is rescue time running? Rescue time should be running. It's not. Ooh, see? Get that running. That way I can track my progress throughout the year. My paint sort of counts as art. Not quite, but it is drawing. Not the best drawings here. It's concept-y stuff. So we got a bell. HUD. I don't think we're going to have to worry about arrow count. I don't think that should be something we have to worry about. I think you get a shot. You can take as many shots as you want. Well, yeah. Because then what just stops people from taking this and just shooting until they get it. So we'll need an arrow count. Yeah, we're gonna need an arrow count. So that means archer, quiver has the arrow count. Maybe has an arrow count per level or segment. I'm almost thinking we do it per segment. So a segment would be raising an alarm equals getting caught and you lose, right? Yes. Yep. I think there might be like you raise the alarm once, nothing really happens. You raise the alarm twice, either you lose at that point or you lose at the third point. I'm not exactly sure how many alarms you're going to have to do, but that's going to be for feel. So let's go ahead and say either once and you lose, or 2 or 3 times to lose. It depends on how easy / hard. Sorry you missed the entire last hour. No worries, no worries. It's good to ask these questions just in case I haven't done it. And thank you, Minty Live, for the follow. I appreciate it. Sorry I didn't get that one while you were following. I was describing something. So yeah, we're gonna have these little viewpoints. So let's try making a small version of the level here. Where'd my cursor go? Right there. So we have a something along the lines of that. Okay, and then we have a little person guy who can, well, he's not going to, let's pretend he's not going to move right now. So we're going to have basically section 1 here. He'll have the table far away from him with a money bag on it. He shoots the money bag. So money bag gets hit. Let's say he misses the money bag. So whoosh, arrow goes away. Hello, Omicron. How are you doing? Welcome to my stream, the game development arena of Monkey Bird, Sarah Cat, and Indie Dog. We are making a game from concept today to gold by February 18th. That's 6 weeks away. Maybe up here we would have big 3 arrows, right? So then when you whiff like this would go down to 2 arrows. And when you whiff again over here, that would go down to 1 arrow. And say then you shot down here, that would go to 0. You would move over to here. So your little archer dude would just walk along. I kind of feel like this is how we should maybe do it. Okay, so this is automatic movement. Auto moving. That's what that is. So that's with auto moving. I think with this style down here, right, we'll have the guy, he'll have a bow with an arrow, set up another table with the money bags. This is his end of this one. Kind of like that. That's what we'll wind up doing. Say he misses the first time. There'll be a 3 arrows here. It'll go down to a 2. Say he misses again. It'll go down to 1. And then he misses again. It would then just say game over. 2, 1, 2, game over. This is with manual moving. Essentially what that's saying is, if you're thinking that this is too hard, you could just walk right past it. Walk right past it and start into, we have a tower with money bags, right? And then you can shoot up here. So if you only did 2 of these, or heck, you could have all 3, not even shoot, and just walk right across and shoot this one. So that would be free moving. Free / manual movement. I don't know which of these we're going to actually do. We may have to test both of them out. So free, auto. The horse would basically be a combination. I can only advance the screen. Oh, so I just can't walk. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The reason I'm thinking about having these little points is specifically for that. So you can't just walk up to something and shoot it. I feel like once you get, like, maybe there's a range for this point to work, but once you get out of that range, you start going towards the next scene. And really, that was... No. I lie. With free movement, you could stop here. This isn't the actual point, so I shouldn't actually try it. But you could actually move to here and shoot this thing with free movement. With auto movement, you would definitely have point to point, advancing from point to point. These little trigger points that we would have. I don't know if manual movement would have these auto points or not. I'm gonna guess we'd have to have a parallax scrolling backdrop for this. Hiding behind a bush. Sort of a deal, right? If you move from where you are, you'll be seen and caught. I think that's gonna be too much feature for the amount of time we have. I do want to polish this fairly well, so I'm keeping the scope super tiny. In fact, I already think I've added too many features. The biggest feature right now that I don't know about is this slow motion time thing. This one is going to be... Oh, you probably didn't hear about that. Okay, so first off, we're going to be making a little archery game. For anyone else that's new too, I'm going to make a little archery game. That's my concept. So there's balloons, they can move up and down, you're trying to shoot them. This is the core of the game. This must be fun on its own, without having an arrow count, without having anything more than moving balloons and shooting. This must get fun, and that's our goal this week, is to make this fun. After we get this fun, we can add moving. I was thinking free moving or auto moving. We don't know yet. Auto is kind of, as I was saying, the place to place. Free is allowing you to just walk wherever you want. So you can walk up to here and shoot this if you wish. Once we get moving, we could add a horse. The horse is always moving. You don't get to stop at all. There's objects that you could hit that will sound alarms, like little bells or steel laying around, whatever it might be. So you don't want to trigger alarms. Maybe there's a little alarm thingy here. I suck at doing this, but you get the idea. That be like on a little alarm rate. So you get 3, 2, 1, and or even just the 1. Who knows? We'll have to figure out whether that needs a HUD or not. Sorry, I keep holding you up. Time is precious. No. It's good to go over the whole idea. This solidifies it for me. I've literally come up with most of this morning. Some of the ideas I've had rolling around in my head, but I'm actually doing the design concept stuff today, putting them together and forming what will be the game. So going over it a couple times is not bad at all. It's very good. So we got the horse that's moving. This will be a non-stop moving. You shoot as you go. You don't get to control the horse. The horsey just moves. It's on a rail. Maybe the horsey will stop for auto points like this. So we'll have auto points like this that will open up a building. Once you hit this point, and maybe there'll be an area here. I don't know. Maybe there'll be an area if it's free moving. Area for free. Moving. Or a single point for that. So yeah, free moving needs an area. That way you can walk into it and stop where you wish. If you exit the area, that'll come back. I guess if we got free moving, we could always go back and forth, at least a little bit on the screen. Ooh, that sounds a little hard. I don't really want people to go backwards very often. That will be a question that will pop up. Free moving back and forth, maybe? Or free moving this. Okay, we won't lose that thought. But yeah, so you hit these little magic spots, which will open up a view. You'll see inside the castle, house, or object, and you'll be able to shoot inside. This kind of requires the trick shot thing, which is this little automated... There's like a hot zone that when an arrow, or perhaps your horse if it's automatically moving, or even yourself, when something enters this, it will either slow down time drastically or even stop it altogether until you take your next shot. If you don't take your next shot within a reasonable amount of time, maybe it will end. But basically that'll allow you to hit the back of the arrow to then trade this one to go down. And I kind of feel like if your arrow's in this and you shoot it, it should just go towards target. I kind of feel like that's what should happen. I don't feel like you should have to hit this at a specific point and all that good stuff, because I mean, it's going to be relatively small anyway, and you're going to have to aim for it kind of quick. Maybe. Oops. See, this is why it's good to go over this stuff. I think down here we need to go with slow motion stop areas. Visible area that when player. Perhaps it has a time limit that automatically speeds time back to normal. Oh, we didn't even do trick shots. Yeah, here we go. We need trick shots. So allows for trick shots. Allows for trick shots. An arrow hitting another arrow for direction change. Direction change. No, I think you're absolutely right. That was my initial idea, is to have a balancing point. You can hit it in the front to go up or the back to go down, but yeah, we're talking a pretty small area on the screen. It's going to be, I'm making that decision without even testing it, but it's just going to go straight to hitting an arrow hitting another arrow for redirection toward goal object. This should not require finesse. Just collide with initial arrow for direct change. And Steel Golem for the support. I'd appreciate it. We're probably not going to do wind direction just because it's going to be too much. There's a lot of things here already. We got 6 weeks. I'm pretty sure I can get Archer in the bottom left of the screen. Arrows flying through the air. I'm going to ignore this for the prototype. I'm going to ignore this for the prototype. Popping balloons and breaking money bags is required for the prototype. Arrows hitting bells or objects that raise an alarm. That's not needed for the prototype. Archer quiver has an arrow count per level or segment. When this is 0, A per level. When this is 0, the level is over, regardless of position in level. B. Archer quiver has an arrow count Archer has a limited amount of arrows in the quiver. A arrow count per level or arrow count I don't like this A or B. Arrow count per segment of a level. When this is 0, the player doesn't get new arrows until the next segment is reached. That'll work. Free movement will require showing player to move right. Auto movement can move player automatically. Yeah, that's the idea there. Is during the next segment, it'll automatically give you more arrows if we're doing it by segment. Otherwise, we'll do it by level, and then you could basically waste all your arrows at one spot. If I'm starting a new level, I might not realize I need 4 arrows in the last segment. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm thinking the segment one may be the way to go. I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Steel Golem mentions that starting a new level may not, that player starting a new level may not know that the end of the level requires several errors. Okay, so this is all kind of a sub thing of that. We'll go down to 10. Yeah, you're not lagging that bad though. You're actually pretty close to it. And also thanks, Steel Golem. You're gonna be the top supporter of the day, probably. Okay, yeah. How's it going, Monkey Bird? That's a good Monkey Bird. I think that's what we got. Is there anything else that I didn't write down in there? What are things we're gonna need to teach the player? So there's a list of features. It's not really a list of features. I guess it's more of a list of things I'm gonna need to implement. I guess potentially we're gonna need mouse show / hide mouse and replace with a reticule instead. This is kind of featurey creep, but it would probably add a little bit. I guess if we went with the, I should probably draw that out better than this. So controls. So controls, we'd have Angry Birds type. You pull back in this direction to choose your angle and power. Angle and power. Angry Birds like, for lack of better thing. Everyone knows how to play that anyway, or at least gets the concept of it. And then we got, I don't really know what to call this one, but we would have our guy here, and we'd have a little reticule here, or something like that. Point and click. I would say hold mouse, fire on, release. So we fire on release, and we'll have a little path thingy eventually. I don't know which of these two schemes we'll go with. There's probably pros and cons to both. I can already think of a con over here. Con here is going to be the archer in the lower left. You need room. Need room for controls. Con over here is probably going to be less intuitive, maybe. I am hoping to show the arc of the arrow. This should be in my document, I think. Maybe not. Yep. Show the predicted flight path / arc the arrow will take. Yep, there we go. So that's there. Fire on release, that's basically the idea I'd do. So you'd hold, you get the predicted flight path, you can move around, and you release. It's essentially the idea of that one. how to do these tutorials, we would need some sort of graphic thing to pull over, but I think that will come at a later time. Maybe you can just change between the two modes. I mean, they shouldn't actually affect anything else, really. They should be compatible with each other, as long as this doesn't get crazy far from the screen edge. So we need to show the arrow count inside the quiver. Stop slow motion times. Where's that? Okay, I'm just gonna do it down here. Show the alarm level. Show the alarm level. Well, that's kind of interesting. Alarm level of the just show the alarm level. If not one and done. If not single shot. Aw, only one person sent monkey back. You guys are all sleeping. They're all sleeping. Publicly release and bring from concept to gold in 6 weeks. Pretty much. Pretty much sleeping. Okay. Yeah, Zinal, you've been up for what, 30 hours you said? Win conditions, shoot all the balloons. I don't know if I'm going to do shoot all the balloons. I think collect X of Y money bags. Good morning, Fire Hunter Live. How are you doing? Happy New Year to you. It's 2018, guys. 2018. That bird is cute. Thank you. Also, guys, you can get the share link here. Should be able to comment on here if you wish. Oops. Pasted that. Okay, so with that, hi, you dancing all around? Yeah, you're getting excited. We're gonna start. You pooed on me. Why did you poo on me, dude? Why did you poo on me? Okay, so Archer bottom left. I think that's about all we need for this. So I guess probably time to do some concept art. Can you think of any reason it wouldn't be time to do a little bit of concept art? What am I forgetting here? We got the control scheme. We got the features. We got a lose condition, win condition, alarms. Other things we're going to need to do. Other game requirements. We're going to need a title screen. So a starting screen. It'd be really cool if the starting screen could So let's come up over here and go with orange, maybe. So if we could kind of do something, where's my guy? There he is. Wow, that was actually really good with the pressure thing. Title screen. So it'd be something like Archer. Oops, that is an N, not an A. Use a little more pressure. I think how I mix up my uppercase and lowercase there. Here we go. What overall goal? Finish all maps? Ah, there you go. What happens when you win? Next level? Yeah, I would say you would have to go to your... Yeah, that's a good point. So we'll have a title screen. Maybe there'll be a... little thing here on balloons, perhaps. I don't know. May or may not be on balloons. And then we'll have a little thing here. Obviously, this depends on the control, but if we do the push and click control, this would be great. A little area that's very visible, like it's visible, but it's also showing like start or play. Let's go with play. And when the player clicks there, like we'll have his Archer standing here. Maybe if there's nothing happening, Archer will be shooting at a little target or something, I don't know. But when the user clicks right here, Archer will shoot and it will go to the money bags, showing you exactly what you want. When the money bags goes, it can then transition to level select. Level select. We're going backwards here. We usually read left to right, but you know what? I've never done this in one of my games yet, ever. So level select. I don't know how we're going to do it with a multi-star thing, but let's say we're here. We'll have like a little world map thing. Maybe there's a river and some mountains. I don't know. Whatever we're going to do. And maybe we're doing a couple caravan things. And then we get up here to the big castle where it'll be hard. Right? And then along the way we'll have a spot here that you stop. Here. I don't know. We'll have these little things. And then below it we'll have, you got 3 stars. Maybe here you only got 2 stars. Maybe here you've only got 1 so far. Working on a new game. I am Endorn. And good morning, Denison Soft. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. I was just focused on my thought. Yep, that's exactly where I was going, right there. That's part of the idea. Is you're a Robin Hood wannabe or a Robin Hood-like character. Obviously, I can't use Robin Hood for copyright-like reasons, but yes, Endorn. We're working on a new game. I'm starting from today with concepts, and I'm going to finish this and publicly release it in 6 weeks. I'm hoping to make at least a little bit of money from it. Not hoping to get rich. Just a little bit. Just to have a full release cycle under my belt of my own project, because I've been making games for a really long time and I've never released anything of my own in that manner. So yeah, we'll go from title screen. It'll show you exactly how you're playing. We click on play. Maybe the very first time Maybe the first time it doesn't go to a level select. Maybe the first time it'll actually go into first level. Kind of don't know if I like games that do this type of logic where it's different the first time than the other times, but there's also we want to get people playing immediately, and this little pause is going to give them okay, now what? Although it does show their world, which will be cool. So yeah, we'll do level select. Level select will then obviously go into gameplay. Gameplay also does all this stuff down here, so the world will scroll that way. The archer will be over here. There'll be little money bags. Gotta hit all the money bags. Is it possible to complete the level but not do it perfectly? So something like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. Yes, that's the idea of Minty Live. I think what I'm going to do is have enough money bags in there so that we could collect 5 of 8 for 1 star. Get that's a bad idea, but you get the idea. Get 6 of 8 for 2 stars and 8 of 8 for all 3. That sort of thing. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it would be have a minimum like 5 of 8 for 1 star. And if you get 5 of 8 but you have arrows left over, you get 2 stars. I'm just coming up with random stuff at the moment. But yeah, that should be possible. Thanks, Endor, for the hoping I succeed. I do too. I really want to see this. I'm amazed you've been sitting there so long with going to get another coffee. I don't drink coffee. I tanked up on water before I started the stream, and yeah, I'm good. Good with that. So we got first level title screen, level select. I'm really excited by this level select thing. Thanks to you, Ika, for the follow. I definitely appreciate that. Supporting me on my adventure to go indie. Only a part-time indie right now. And by part-time, I mean I do my indie work before work. Every morning, every day, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern is my schedule, and we're making a game. 6 weeks. That's what we got, 6 weeks. What else do we have to do here? So we got level screen, title screen straight into the gameplay first time, maybe? Really don't know about this one. This one I'm questioning. The level select is, I guess, where you kind of see wow, this is a great castle, guys. You see my castle? Let's give it something like this and a more towery type thing. I don't know what I'm doing. Just drawing a castle, right? That looks more like a castle than it did before. Still not perfect. There. Now it looks a whole lot more like a castle, unless you want to think it looks like a spaceship. Whatever. It's good enough for now. So our core must be fun. This is important. If we can't make shooting balloons or money bags fun in this with just that, with just shooting a balloon, it randomly appears somewhere on the screen and we shoot it. And we randomly shoot it, like we shoot another one. If that action is not fun, the whole game's going to break. So we need to make this action fun. It is our core gameplay mechanic. Everything else on top of it is fluff to give the player more and more stuff to play with. In fact, I don't even think there's going to be alarms in the first part of the level, or first part of the world, so I don't know where we're going to go, but say we do something like this, and here's our castle. This is the big rich guy's castle, so yeah, I suck at drawing castles, I don't know why. You guys get the idea. There's a castle here. And we're starting here where maybe there's a caravan of the rich guy's stuff. We can go King Rich. It's pretty close to King Richard, no? So there's a caravan, and that's your first stop. And then maybe you get midway, you have a little village, and you're going into the town treasury of the village, which is storing stuff for King Rich. Maybe around here is when you start dealing with those alarms, which this is an awful bell. How will you go from concept to gold in 6 weeks with just 3 hours a day? That gives what? 63 hours. I've estimated I have 3 hours a day, which is in the morning, and it may actually be slightly less than that, honestly, which is 21 a week. 21 times 6. Yeah. 21 times 6 here is 126. And then on top of 126, okay, where's 126? And then on top of that, I can spend about another 8 hours a weekend. So there's another times 6. So it's another 48. So 126 plus 48 is about 174. I'm gonna guess that I'll have about 180 hours total. That's about what I have. How am I gonna do it? I'm gonna keep it small. Gotta make every one of those hours count. That's my goal. That is my goal. Keep it as small as possible. I have 180 hours. That is, if we do 180 divided by 4, that's basically 4 working weeks, like at work. It's about the amount of time I have to make this thing happen. Should be interesting. But if you want to know how I'm going to do it, stay tuned, because we're going to make it happen. We're going to make this happen, guys. I think I can save this. Oh, you know what we should be doing? Shouldn't be doing that on stream, but we should definitely be creating a repository for this project. If anyone has a better working title than Archer, please let me know. Will you upload your videos on YouTube, or can you keep them here a long time on Twitch? Because I may miss them. I am actually planning on saving all my VODs for this particular project anyway. So yes, they will be available on Twitch, and we're saving the wrong thing. No wonder it popped up over there. Save. There we go. Looks very different. I guess we'll go with saving on my shelter for now. Development is a personal game. Oh, we don't have personal here? Interesting. Really? Okay. Didn't know that. We'll just go to development in my C drive then. Personal. If anyone has a better name than Archer, how do you... There we go. Archer. I don't like calling my fun time work. I'm trying to do what I do for fun for work, and it's not always going to be fun. So it's a mindset thing. I need to recognize that indie dev is technically a work, and I need to be able to treat it as such, because I want to go full-time indie, which is going to make it work. It's not exactly going to be the easiest thing in the world. It's actually going to be very difficult, but that's the idea. So if I call it work while I'm part-time, it'll get me in the right mindset. I think. At least that's the hope. Archer proof No. Concepts. Gameplay. Game concepts. There we go. Concepts. Save. Let's go ahead and snap a screenshot of this part here. Toss it up on Twitter and maybe people will come join. Yeah, we'll show this. Why not? So we'll throw that up there. Where is my... You can name it after the name of any famous archer. Well, I don't think I can. That might be a bad one for success. Like Robin Hood, maybe? Is that who you had in mind? That's who I have in mind, but... Why are you not typing? What had focus? Live stream. Game dev. Coming up with games to bring. I need to use more tags. Indie game to bring from concept to gold in 6 weeks. Live stream at GS, Twitch, TV, Timbodet. Come join. If you guys want to know, hey Monkey, what are you doing? If you guys want to join the Discord, Twitter, or any of that stuff, I have social things here. I also have a YouTube channel of which I try posting my devlog on once a week. Sometimes it's Slack, so I need to get a little bit better with that. Hopefully this year I will. Hey, can you stop that? Being a little brat. That's getting bright, so I need to close it, and then we're gonna start, I think, a little bit on art. A little bit on art. Let's go close the window. Make it less bright. Ooh, can't see anything. Wee. Chinfara, Arabic archer. How's it going, Snake AZ? Good morning to you. So design the game, pick the features. I think we've got a basic on that. We're then going to start. Hi. Just some basic art. Art concepts in the works. So are you stealing the gold in the game? I think so. That's probably what you're doing with your bow. Whether you're stealing for good or bad, I'm gonna hint towards you're stealing it for good. Leave some basic hints there, and then let the player come up with their own thing. I was initially going to, or I was thinking about making it basically be a choice. You're stealing the gold, whether you're giving it back to people in need or not would be the different thing. Gilgamesh is a famous archer if you're in the right circles. How about illegal tender? What do you mean by illegal tender? Can you explain that one a little bit further? It's alright, good morning. No worries. No worries. Create a small game. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you pulling my beard? It doesn't feel good. Okie doke. What are you doing, bird? Stop it. Come say hi. Get that all out of your system. Yeah, say hi. Put you here so you can get focused. There you are. You're on focus. Good morning, monkey bird. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Gilgamesh, the king of kings. Okay. Oh, dude. That was wet. That was yucky. We have a monkey poop emergency. I've got to go clean it. Gotta go clean this poop emergency. I'll be right back after dealing with poop emergency. I'm also going to grab a drink in the meantime, so give me a few minutes just to be back. I will be quick. And I'm back. Oh my god, all the poop. Birdie, birdie, bird. Poopy stream. Yeah, it is a poopy stream. You guys should have seen it during Ludum Dare. That was bad. That was bad. That was insane. I don't know what was happening then, but basically I got a poop machine sitting on my shoulder. Put one and two together. Art. What are we going to do for art? I would like kind of to try using my paint, but there's problems with my paint. How do I get this as a PNG size specifically to what I want? Because it's a magic. My paint has magic, so my paint specific canvas size. I want a canvas size. How to set canvas size? However, you can create a frame using the edit frame toolbar. Okay, there's a frame. Okay, that sounds good to me. We can try my paint if that's true. Let's try finding an edit frame. Nope. Edit frame. Define a frame around the document to give it a finite size. Okay. Frame size, I want something more along the lines of let's go with 1280. Actually, no. Let's go straight up to 1920 by 1080. Click OK. This is our background of some sort. Set frame to layer. Set frame to document. Oh, whoops. Ah, pooey. We have layers in here? Oh, we do have layers in here. Right. Cool. Didn't realize that. Trim layer to frame? That sounds neat. Okay. Where do we add a new layer? Right here. Concepts. Let's add a new layer, which is going to be something along the lines of maybe backdrop. Just go with the backdrop. And I want this to be 1920 by 1080. I'm gonna bring it down over here. Click OK. I'm gonna lock the concepts for now. Also make them invisible. Oh, what did I do? Uh-oh. I closed things. Probably shouldn't have done that. That's that one. Okay, there's my edit frame. Did I close something else down there? Not sure. Guess if I click on this real quick, I might... Oh, puppy dog! Do you go outside? Okay, guys. I got Indie Boys out. I gotta go bring him outside because he just woke up. I don't have time for the BRB screen. Please let people know I'm taking the puppy out. I'll be back in about 5 minutes, maybe. Monkey, fly. Come on. Come on, Indy. Oh, you already made a mess. Gotcha. I'm gonna blame Mommy. Mommy was sleeping. Come. Come on. Come. Good job, Indy. Good job. Come here. Look, puppy. He's a puppy dog. Yeah. What's that? Oh, Foggy outside. Foggy outside? Huh? Foggy. Huh? Smoke from the fireworks? Okay, okay. Yep. So we have a dog and a bird. We have a dog, a bird, and a cat. It's a Game Dev Arena zoo here. And it's their Game Dev Arena. They just let me work in it and they control me a little bit of what I'm supposed to be doing. I knew Dragon that was going to be a bad idea. 1080 is what we want. Click OK. How do I actually start editing in this frame? Do we just change mode? Aha. Whoa. What is that? Where did that come from? Where did this thing come from? Okay, I don't really want to accidentally... I don't want that. How do I get this ruler? More importantly, how do I remove the ruler? Remove symmetry, ruler, my paint. Horizontal snowflake symmetry, support for more lines of symmetry, how to paint in symmetry, how to remove it. The current symmetry tool is nice. Ooh, that's kind of cool. You got cool mountains. Is it my paint? That does not look like it would be done in my paint. Help, I accidentally deleted. Well, I guess if they show me where it is, I can probably figure out how to close it. Don't know if it's already fixed, but close. MS, what it Magnus Studio, that's not what we want. I need to remove. I'm a cat man myself. I'm more of a dog man. Sarah's half puppy, and I wanted a puppy for a while, but we finally got a puppy. So, Indie Dog is his name. He is a very small puppy. He's only 8 weeks old right now. And where do we close a ruler? Trying to remove. I don't know what that is. What are these? Oh, let's flip the view. Okay, we don't want that. Crazy mirror line. Where do we get rid of you? Huh. View. Show background. Edit. Edit preferences. Current tool. Edit painting. Symmetry. Aha. Managed to get rid of it. Okay. We managed to get rid of it. Good. Now we just turn to brush mode. Okie doke. There we are. Where's my little painting thing? I'm going to try this. It's probably not going to be too pretty. But let's just try it. See what we got. What does this fill bucket look like, and what is the shortcut for this? Can you give me the shortcut part? Flood fill. Of course not. Thank you for shortcuts. Brush. Brush is B. That's grand. How about flood fill? That's great. Why do we have issues in here? Oh, that's looking ugly, ugly. I'm gonna try just... I know this is not the best workflow as far as... just trying stuff out here. I got a lot to learn on art. And so this is gonna be part art. Click the trash can line. Yeah. Oh wow, you're way behind. Way behind. You are. Kind of, I guess, sort of resembles in some way or another a tree. I'll go ahead and give it a tree trunk. Sure, let's go with that. And get some darker. That's lighter. That's the same color. Just go with this. Almost too dark. Sure, that looks something like a tree. When you're painting for concept, better than I am for release. I am not painting for concept better than you are for release. Trust me on that. No idea how to add leaves to this thing, but let's ignore that for the moment. We got a lot more stuff to do. Can we drag this around? Like, can I select? Definitely not like that. Is there a select tool so I can move things? The answer looks like a no. Let's just move the frame then. That's how we can do this. We'll just move the frame. Not sure how this actually works out so well. God, I'm gonna do mountains. Let's do some mountains in the background. Mountains are gonna be some dark gray. Brush, please. There's some mountains in the background. A little bit. Do a flood fill here. Guessing there's holes that it's going through, of course. Why wouldn't there be? Doesn't need to be perfect, but this is just concept art. We will be replacing this. This will definitely be replaced. Flood fill, please. Okay, now let's touch that up a little bit. Why? Okay, I'm not liking my paint for actual art. Gonna have to figure out a tool to use for this. Don't really know one yet. But I think I'd like to do a painty type style. I don't know yet. It may end up being pixely style because that's sometimes easier, and it may even be vector art. But regardless, we got mountains. Mountains should actually go down one. Let's do another layer. Name this the sky, please. Can I name it? Ah, we crashed this. Great. Seriously, my paint? I was really hoping that was your only crash, was the paint thing. Sucks. Well, luckily. Nah, I don't really want paint.net. Isn't quite where I want to go. Definitely not GIMP. Please do not suggest GIMP. I think I need to quit. Killed my paint. Where's my paint? Really? Processes. Do the fewer details one. Why is my paint not on this list? Oh, that's great. Why not GIMP? Because GIMP is not me. No. No. Sure hopes. Not GIMP. You have a problem. So you go with GIMP. Now you have two problems. Thanks, Vintage Gear, for understanding. Because that's exactly how I feel about that. You nailed that one on the spot. Okay, so my paint has crashed. I can't do anything with it that I can see. This is another reason not to use my paint. It usually crashes when you select colors. Apparently there's a layer thing. I can't even exit out of it this time. Also, where are these? I would like to know where those are. Excuse me. Happy New Year to all of you guys. What? Oh. Don't put this on top of your tablet. It's like the mouse is jumping around. Excuse me. So those are gone. Now we just need to find out a way to kill my paint, which is non-responsive. Completely non-responsive. Can't even close it. Happy New Year, peeps, and bless you. Yes, Happy New Year. January 1st, guys. We're gonna make a game. 6 weeks. 6 weeks to make a game. Assuming we can start doing art. We can do Inkscape. Inkscape's probably gonna be better for art anyway. For me. I don't really like Inkscape either. I feel like it's working. I almost want to try Illustrator. I think I'm going to try that stuff soon. So for our balloon, do kind of this shape here. Add some sort of squiggly line thing. I don't know what that's doing, but we don't want that tool. Add a squiggly line. Stroke paint is going to be a lot wider than that. Go 4 pixels. Let's go 6 pixels so you can see it. F2 here. Stroke none. Fill complete with, let's go with a whitish. Zoom in here. Give it a little highlight basically. Not really sure exactly. It's a round object. Yeah, let's go with that. Probably need a shadow on the other end, but we're just gonna go with a balloon. Maybe we should just make the balloon. What size is this document? Shift D. 1280. That's a huge balloon. Let's go with a full 1080 or 1920 rather. 1080. So this balloon is way too big right now. Also, if we can get the same color, but with only white, so change it to that and then come down to there. Sounds good. Then we group. Then we make smaller. Keep it uniform though. That sounds good. Control D to duplicate. Sure. Let's do something along the lines of that. Ew, right in the beard. It's gonna be probably gonna get, oh, you guys pooped on me with monkey. Very nice. That is gonna be difficult to get out. Get a box here. I'll go with a, actually we're probably gonna want to change those balloon colors. Because I think I want to do like a very dark and yeah, those balloon colors are gonna need to shift. There, that kind of looks like a dark midnightish day. Sort of. Balloon, Luft balloons. I'm gonna need to change colors though. Let's go to red. Yeah, red looks a lot better. There we go. Now you can see the balloons on here. You can't really see their strings so well. Luft balloons? What are Luft balloons? I'm confused what Luft balloons are. Oh. Yes, they're balloons. Luft balloons, I guess. Toy balloons. Party balloons. Mountain time. If we could hit that same thing, same distance across the screen would be great, but we definitely didn't. Not too worried about it. This is not final art. We're just get rid of the stroke completely, fill it in. I'm gonna go with a gray. I'm gonna put this behind the balloons. I'm gonna make it darker because it's dark outside. Give it a hint of blue. I mean a very small hint of blue. We don't want it blue. It's looking good. Might still be a little light though. Yeah. What do we think of that? In English, the song is 99 Red Balloons. I see. I'm old. There we go. Now we've got, what do we got here? We've got somewhat background. Let's go with an archer. First of all, let's save this. Just in case Inkscape decides to do whatever my paint did. I'm gonna save it in, oh, that's awful. Let's make that more usable then. Save it in personal archer for the moment. That's what we got going on. Concept art. Why not? Concept art, we have a balloon. We need an archer. This is where we're going to have some tricky stuff. Archer. Images. Archery. Vector. This guy's looking cool. Don't know if his arrows are in the right spot. Oh, business attire. Definitely cool. Business attire. That's what we should be doing there. Not that archer. Little kid. We could do like the sticky arrows. That'd be kind of neat. Oh, that'd be kind of neat. Actually, if we change the money bags to, I don't know, let's go with pillows. You can make it like you're a little kid. Shooting the whatchamacallit. Yeah, I kind of like the little kid idea. The little kid archer. I mean, I don't know if I like the idea of, getting rid of the my business art. Yeah, I like the little kid idea. I just don't know if I like the little kid with the pillow idea, because I don't think people are going to figure out what I mean by that. It'd be kind of neat to do, like, you're a little kid pretending to be Robin Hood, so you're shooting random things in the house. But I don't think people will catch onto that. Like, what are you doing? You have a little kid shooting around the house. Like, the storyline won't be there. So I guess let's just be a little kid. Could we make it a monkey? Maybe that. Monkey archer. Vector. Images. So we combine a monkey with archery. That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, side view monkey. Something like this guy right here. That could work out. I don't know if I could pull off that art style though. Kid with catapult is greater than kid with bow. Yeah, we've already got the game pretty well designed as far as I think we're going to go with. If you weren't around for that, I can go over it again once my paint decides to quit itself. Hey, my paint didn't even crash. Save. Okay, my paint's done doing stuff. Grand. About time. Can I show these layers again? How do I show these? Why are these layers all dark and not showing? Is it because of this frame? It's probably because of the frame. Yeah, that's what it is. Frame. Oh, whatever. So yeah, this is what we got for... You're thinking of a kid shooting... No, I'm not thinking of a kid shooting monkeys. How awful is that? Sarah, you in here? Thought I heard you. The answer's a no. I'm thinking of a monkey playing Robin Hood with a bow. Just because it can be a little cuter than... I don't know, I kind of like the little kid idea. Do a little girl and a little boy. Might be able to pull that off. Maybe. With a lot of help from this reference stuff. And mixing... Those two are very different art styles. Ooh. I like this one. There we go. I think I can pull this off. That's what we got. This is our art style. Cat. Archer. There you go. This is what we're going to try. So I'm going to leave this off to the side. It's going to be our guy. We have about 20 minutes left of today's stream. And then I'm going to go. We don't need. Go end it. So if you guys weren't here earlier, I might as well share this again. Copy link. Here's the documents to document of my thing. My game that I'm going to be making. Got 6 weeks. So we got from gold. Heading 1. From gold. From concept rather. To gold. In 6 weeks. Concept to gold in 6 weeks. That's our grand idea. Here, Anonymous Grizzly. People are all over the place. Great. At least you guys can only leave comments. You can't screw things up. Okay, so we have a kid. Let's go ahead and try making a kid. That's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Start maybe with oop. Feeling a little cramped. You're sharing your secret plans. I'm being as transparent as possible, at least with this project. I'll probably be transparent as possible with most other projects too. That's just how I am. So we're going to make a head. So give him some more of a whiter character for the moment. Just so he pops out of here. Based on his color, he's more orange. Let's go there a little bit. Trying to do a color matching of sorts without actually color matching. That looks good. I'm going to play my Raspberry Pi, Tim. Have a good one, Steel Golem. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the suggestions and thoughts. And yeah, until then, have a good one, buddy. I'll be doing this for 6 weeks. This is what I'm going to be trying to do. If you find a use for RPi, do tell. Do tell. Okay. So we're going to... This style has an outline. I've had hit and miss with outline styles before. I do like the idea of it. Definitely not that thick of an outline. Let's go with 2 pixels. Let's also go path, object path, so we can then hit F2 and modify this. The back of the head is going to be more out here, but also this is going to go a little more such as that. I mean, we're going to have clothing there. It's going to be hair on top of this to kind of cover that all up. Put a little tiny black dot here for his eye. That's his far eye, according to this image. You guys can see the reference. Yes, you can. Good. Monkey bird is there. His nose comes down. Hey. Why are we... Nose comes down. Out over here. Control Y, Shift Y, Shift Y it is. Add another control point. How do we add another control point here? Why is my selection grabbing 2 of these on one click? There we go. Finally got that. Something along the lines of that. Sure. That could look like a nose, maybe. This thing needs to get squished. Perspective is a little wrong. F1, squish him. Also rotate him a little. Just gonna duplicate. Bring this way. Make slightly bigger. Size closer. Maybe that's too big. So it's slightly bigger. There's some lines for eyebrows. This one's raised up slightly like so. This one actually comes down slightly. At least until I figure out exactly what I want to do with these. That's just going to follow his face. Let's get on adding that hair because I think that's going to help bring this to a face a lot faster than what I'm doing with stuff. Oh, come on, you didn't click. You two can combine into one. Control A, Shift Y. Make it all nice and smooth. I mean, I also made it symmetric in that process, but we'll get started there. Phil is going to be brown. Whoop. Whoa. What are we doing? Phil is going to be browner. Who's a hoarder?
Indy's a hoarder.
Indy's a hoarder of what?
Of toys.
Indy hoards his
toys.
toys.
Takes them to the mat in the living room.
Okay.
Yeah, and stashes them, and then pretends that he has no toys and comes and plays.
Is it Trump? No, it's not Trump. Why would I make a game based on Trump at all? No. Guess we want one of these points. Trump, back to the money bag idea. Oh man, guys. No, don't do that to my game. Don't do that to my... Okay, so we're gonna have to make an ear over this thing. I think I'm gonna worry about that way later. Can we stop collecting all of the guys now? So... this definitely doesn't feel right. His neck should probably be focused more along the lines of... that feels a little better. Sure, let's go with that. Man, that pencil tool, I'm gonna rip it out of Inkscape soon. Sure, that almost looks like a little kid, guys. I've got to go. Good continuation. Have a good one. Snake, thanks for joining. Come again some other day. I'm going to have 6 weeks of this. I will be saving all the videos on demand as I go, so that you guys can watch them there too if you miss any and feel like watching them. Until later, have a good one. Of course. Goes without saying. But I've said it. We actually want a Cosby thing here. To be kind of, wow. Yeah, to be kind of like that. That's almost what we wanted. Well, if you want him to fail, it's probably gonna be something more like, hey. I also hate in Inkscape how tiny these little hit boxes are. I wonder if that would get worse in 4K. I'm gonna guess it would. Just some general thoughts to think about. Hair doesn't do that, Tim. Hair doesn't do that. Make this one smooth then. Damn mouse. Click on these little red things. They're super difficult. Let's add another one then, I guess. Sure, let's go with that. I mean, obviously we need shading. We need to fix this bump thing, as well as this needs to come probably in a fair bit. There we go. I think the top of his head's a little too flat. There, that looks a whole lot better. Still a little flat, but that's probably gonna be as far as I get today. See if we can make the outline of his arm extending out. So we're gonna have a little bit of a bend here, not too much. Again, tiny bit of a bend there, not too much. Copy color. Paste the color. So he's holding his bow with his left hand. Sounds good. This in here should probably be smoother. Looks more like this. That needs to be a whatchamacallit still. I think this one can be smooth. What is smooth? They of course do not have shortcuts on things. Why do people not put shortcuts on those help tips? Object. Path. Inset. Is there a way to do that in through the menus? No, it's right here. So put a smooth. Let's go with smooth. That's what I want. Smooth here. Maybe smooth here too. But when we go smooth, I want it still to be, you know, kind of pointy, but just not, you know, crazy. You can barely see the bend at all. So It's almost not even worth having. Exactly why are you selected? There we go. Now I have a little bend. Bend. I mean, you wouldn't be bending your arm, but it's a game. I want to exaggerate that. Let's do the bow. Very quick, like on a bow. I'm gonna make him have a big bow, though. To actually come. He's going to be about that tall, but sure, we'll do that. F2. This needs to be smooth. Let's go with symmetric even. And if these are on the bottom, like so, then we should be able to do something crazy with these to get the shape of a bow. Good morning, T.S. Yost. How are you? Ah, we got a bow. Kind of. Something like it. Oh, guess what we're doing? We're doing it wrong again. Nice design, Doc. Oh, good, you saw it. Not even sure how you saw it. You must have been around for a little while then. I'm doing good. Good morning, good morning. Happy New Year. Let's just go with that for now. We got a bow. The bow is going to go behind his hand. And his hand needs to come up a little. Perhaps his hand needs to rotate. Put the bow behind his hand. We should probably just use mouse select. To move everything up a little bit. Don't need to move the freaking mountains. Mountains are good. Okay, anyway. This doesn't look like a design doc. Oh. What? That's because you missed the design doc part of the thing. This is our design doc. Here you go. Here is a link. I thought you had already seen the link. Yeah, we got comments now. Holy crap. Hello, brethren. Missed all of those. Okay. Read the comments. Yeah. We got the design doc done. We're on concept art. Gotta get this thing moving. Keep it moving. The part that's not in the design doc is all this stuff. So if I go over the game one more time. Oh yeah, prototype is due. The complete prototype needs to be finished by January 7th. So next week. Sunday evening is the last day the prototype stage can be working. So let's go over the entire game idea one last time. I'm gonna wrap up this, call this good. We're gonna go over the game idea one last time, and that's gonna be the end of the stream. Unfortunately, for today, since I'm gonna go hang out elsewhere with Dizzy, I'm gonna go do something, play with Indy, everything else. Anyway, game. We're gonna start with creating this little scene right here. Put an archer on the left, some balloons or objects here to shoot. Some of them may move. You have to shoot the objects. That's all it's gonna be. Just random objects, you shoot them. this must be fun. It's very important to get this right here to be fun, because that's our the main core mechanic of the game is to shoot with the bow and arrow. Once that part is fun, then we can go add the extra fluff. So this is going to be this week. We might get a little bit further than that this week if I can get that to be fun. TS Yost, I may ask you for a little bit of help to set up the live build thing that we had for Ludum Dare. I may set that up for this as well. Anyway, so we get this set up. It's going to be fun. Once we have that to be fun, we'll allow the player to move the archer. It may be free movement, meaning you just push left or right to move left and right, or it may be automatic movement, so that you push left and you start moving to the next segment. The game is going to be done in multiple segments, such that you're in here, you can shoot this thing. Once you get there, it'll move over to here, and so on and so forth. If we have manual movement, being free moving, then you can move over here, get closer to the bag, shoot it, and continue moving kind of freely. Free or auto, there you go. Well, I don't know exactly how we're going to do the moving. That's going to be a lot as we go. So we get this to be fun, then we add the moving. When we add moving, we could potentially add a horsey. The horsey is going to be automatic moving, always moving, not stop. This is kind of a bonus thing, maybe feature creep even, I don't know. There will be objects that you don't want to hit, such as a bell or metal, glass. You don't want to hit glasses to break them. It'll alarm people. You're sort of being sneaky here, trying to get the money from the rich king. King Rich. What platforms will I be supporting? I'll be supporting Windows, targeting Windows only for now. It will technically work on Linux and Mac as well, but the reason I'm not starting my support there is because TurtleBrains doesn't have screen resolution support completed on those. As soon as I get screen resolution completely supported on those, then I'll be happy saying that the game is released on those too, and I'll focus on that after the 6 weeks. So I'll be focusing on basically all desktops, personal computers. Yes, I'll have a web build. And the web build is mostly for live play for you guys. That's what I'm going to be doing with the web build. The web build may or may not be what gets out there at the end. Maybe that'll be a demo. Not exactly sure. Who knows? You guys will get to play it first, though. Which is probably bad, because you're probably my only source of money during this. And the whole idea here is to at least make some money. To create a game from scratch of my own. Go through the entire cycle from concept to gold. Release it and make a little bit of money. Not planning to get rich, but just something. Anyway, so you can hit objects that will set an alarm. I may do it, you hit one object, the level's over. I may do it so you have like 3 opportunities. You like raise the alarm each time, and once the alarm gets high enough, then the level's over. I don't know how that's going to play yet. I wrote both of those down in the design doc so that either could work. The horsey always moves. Controls. Controls is either going to be Angry Birds like, so you pull back and release the arrow, or you hold the mouse, you get a trajectory line, and well, technically you can get a trajectory line over here too. Both of them will have trajectory lines, but you basically hold the mouse and fire on release. I feel it's a false economy to rely on other devs. It's not only devs that watch here, but yes, that would be not a very good economy to go with. So I don't know which of these control schemes will be working. It may be both. Who knows? Maybe there's an option. I prefer not having an option though. If we all do that, nobody's better off. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I understand that mechanic. Like, if I give you $5 for a game and then you just give me $5 for a game, the only person that won is PayPal or the people who take a cut on whatever you're giving. Nobody, you're both worse, actually. So I do understand that point, but it's just random thoughts. The last feature I'll implement once we have moving. Why does that keep doing that? Once we have moving, alarms, money bags to hit, balloons, all that good stuff. The last feature to hit is going to be Trick Shot. Trick Shot is going to be basically an area that when your arrow enters the area, time will either completely stop or slow completely down to practically stopped and give you time to shoot another arrow. And as long as you hit the first arrow, it'll go towards the target. Initially, I was going to make it do a balancing beam so you could aim and hit where you wanted, but the problem with that idea is too sensitive. Like, that's very sensitive as far as where you hit. So just hit your arrow and it will go straight to where you want. Once you release that second arrow, time will come out, as well as maybe after a certain amount of time will automatically pop out. Not sure how to do that yet, but we'll do that as we go. And with trick shots, we're probably going to want cutaway features. So as you're walking along the village, say, you're looking for these money bags. Maybe there's a money bag in the house, and you get to these special little viewpoint locks that will stop the player, lock him to the location, and or if he's free moving, he'll have an area that he could stop at. But when it stops there, it'll fade. It'll basically cut away a building so that you can see inside the building. And now you know that you want to shoot through this window to hit this money bag. Once you start moving, the building will come back to a normal building. You'll walk beyond it, and that kind of goes into this little, you keep moving from piece to piece in a level. Finally, in the title screen, to play, I think what I'm going to do is have a little area here in this play box that when you click out here, you'll shoot arrows. It'll allow you to just shoot arrows, but when you click in this play box, and this is going to be a little bit harder, I may have to I don't know, have either a different shape here or something. I may not have special arrows only because of the fact that I'm trying to keep the scope very small. I want to finish the game. Like, all the features need to be completed by January... What do we have? January 28th, all features must be complete for alpha stage. And then beta is only 2 weeks after alpha, and gold only a week after beta. So it's going to get faster and faster as time goes. And I'm doing that. I mean, maybe I should go the other way around. Water arrows to turn out lights. Increase stealth. Yeah, that would be good, except I'm trying to cut as much out as possible. Maybe for game 2. Maybe for game 2 we'll do build upon it. So I have 1 week. 1 week for prototyping. 3 weeks for alpha. 2 weeks for beta. 1 week for gold. I could do 2 week, 2 week, 2 week. That would work too. So I guess saying 6 weeks is actually not enough based on that adding. February 18th. Yeah, I guess there's 7 weeks, not 6 weeks. That's basically the idea of the game. Yeah, title screen, I'd like to be able to click in this area and your shot hits the money bag, which tells you exactly what you're doing in the game, and then either jump into first level and or level select will be a map that you go. What are alpha and beta to me? Alpha is having all the features that I've discussed in here completed to a very minimal functioning level. Meaning I won't have to do any programming on the features from alpha to beta. After alpha, I shouldn't be adding any new feature. So, for instance, say I do not get trick shots in before alpha, they're not going to get in there. I do not add any new feature. From alpha to beta, I'm going to be focusing on polishing it up and making sure that, or polishing and adding levels, taking those, basically building the game. I'll be trying to build the game before then too, but after alpha there's no more features to be added. Between alpha and beta you can add the levels, polish the levels, and then from beta to final is basically taking all the feedback that I get from beta build, polishing the levels up super polished, and that's going to be that week. I only have a week after beta to do that. That's my goal. That is my goal. It's pretty ambitious, but I think it'll be a good way to start the year. Get this out of the way. And with that, guys, that's going to be my new year, my first stream of the new year, 2018. Droton, thanks for the follow. I'll be streaming this every morning, every day, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern. I'll probably be working on it most weekends as well. I have about 180 hours that I have devoted to this project in these 6 weeks. I'm now figuring out that it might be 7 weeks, so I might be lying on 6, but we'll figure that out. And I do sim racing 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're so interested to follow on other platforms such as Twitter or YouTube/Discord, you can do that here. I will try keeping a development log as I go. I haven't made a new entry for a little bit, but maybe tomorrow night I'll be making a new entry. Who knows? We'll have to play it by ear, see what happens. Not going to be pushing that so hard right now because I'm going to stay focused on this first and that later. I will be saving all the videos on demands, and I'll be renaming them to the particular day of this. So I've been saying 6 weeks, and I'm wondering now if it's supposed to be 7. Let's look at a calendar. Where's the calendar? Time and date. Time and date. So we got 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week, 6 weeks. Yes, it's actually 7 weeks. So I've been lying with 6 weeks. Boo. I actually get 7 weeks, which means I actually have about 200 and something hours. Good. So we'll have to edit that. It's 7 weeks to finish. Sounds good to me. So with that, let's go find someone to host. Twitch. Sorry guys for lying about 6-7 weeks. I can't count. Programming is hard. Who's doing game dev today? Game dev, we have XRA. Hosted him the other day. Dire Goldfish. Haven't hosted them for a long time. Hosted Krasenstein basically yesterday, I think. I'm not finding why I do this off stream. The reason I do this off stream is so I can check out their stream and double check that they're making English or whatever. Yeah. Let's go host Thunder Pals. I haven't hosted them ever before. Hopefully they'll enjoy it. So guys, until later, have a good one.